Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is fanfiction. For those of you who aren't aware, I started writing with fanfiction. At the age of 12, homesick from school as per usual, and bored of crappy daytime TV, I was lazing about on the internet and eventually discovered the world of Harry Potter fanfiction. And I was hooked. First just reading, but it wasn't long until I was writing it myself, and then the addiction really took off. Harry Potter turned into Torchwood, turned into Star Trek, turned into me searching the internet at 5 AM for fic on basically every piece of media I have ever enjoyed. And that hasn't really stopped. I mean, I mostly stopped writing fanfiction when I got my book deal so I could properly concentrate on writing the teleseries, but I still read far, far too much fanfiction. I am a self-confessed fic addict and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I think fanfic has a bit of a bad rep, even in fandom. It's not like cosplay, which is visually stunning and vibrant and everywhere. And it's not like fan art, which is, again, visually brilliant and awesome and sold at conventions and on the internet all over the place. Fanfic is kind of considered like the seedy underbelly of fandom. The place where only the most obsessed, crazy fangirls go. Fanfic is hidden and mocked and used as a weapon to make actors deeply uncomfortable on television. It's thought to be just badly written porn by 13-year-old virgins with a fetish for homosexuality and very little understanding on how to properly construct a sentence. People who don't read it are quick to dismiss it, and people who do read it are ashamed to admit it, even amongst other fans. Which, quite frankly, is a load of crap. Fanfiction is amazing. Fanfiction means that someone has been so touched and influenced by a fictional creation that they are willing to spend hours and hours of their free time extending it and exploring it and making it their own. It means that they are so desperate to see that fiction continued and elaborated that they can't help but do it themselves because they love it so much. Fanfiction is, in my opinion, one of the greatest forms of fandom expression. You can do anything you want in fanfiction. Two characters aren't dating, fic can change that. They've never met, who gives a damn? They aren't even from the same creation, no one cares. So much fanfiction is beautifully, beautifully written. It's of publishing standard, but instead of creating their own world, these exceptionally talented writers have decided to play in the sandboxes of others. Yes, a fair amount of it is crappy, but you could say the same of original fiction. And those writers are still going and still learning and perfecting their craft. I mean, like I said, I learnt to write through fanfiction and look where I am now. Using someone else's characters and world helped me learn to write prose and character interaction and develop a plotline, all without the hard part of creating the actual base universe. Fanfiction is full of diversity, which is something that published fiction still sorely lacks. Characters of all sexualities, genders, races, disabilities, every possible group you could imagine. If people don't see themselves represented in mainstream media, they can just write themselves into the fanfic. They can race bend or gender bend their favourite characters and give an entirely new dynamic to the storyline. You can go on any fanfiction site and read about transgender characters and asexual characters and pansexual gender fluid characters with fully fleshed out relationships and lives and storylines, rather than just as a bit part as a nod to equality. And if you don't think that's amazing, then you need to reevaluate your life choices. And yes, a lot of fanfiction is smut, but a lot of it's not. So many people I know who don't read fic think that it's all just porn, and it makes me sad because they're missing out on so much. I've read fanfic that's made me laugh, fic that's made me sit in my room weeping at 3 in the morning, fic that's made me roll around on my bed with how adorable it is, and yes, I've read smutty fanfiction. I don't see anything wrong with that. Sex is a part of life, and reading about it makes fiction seem more real. Real life doesn't fade to black like books and films, and neither does fanfiction. I'm not saying that all of it is accurate. God, I have seen things go where they should never ever go. But you take it with a pinch of salt. And let's be honest, it's still better than 50 Shades of Grey. I'm gonna stop because I could talk about this for hours, and if you ever get me onto the subject, if you meet me IRL, then prepare for me to do so. But I hope I've taken away some of the taboo of fanfiction for people. Fic writers, you are an integral part of fandom and of nerd culture, and you should be bloody proud of what you've created. Fic readers, don't you dare be ashamed of what you read. Proclaim your love of fanfiction with pride, because fic should be discussed and shared openly like fan art and cosplay photos, not hidden away. Although, let's be honest, we all have that one fic that we are never admitting to have read, right? If you've never read fanfiction, head on over to Archive of Our Own or fanfiction.net or Wattpad, find your fandom and go nuts. Or search on Tumblr for a rec list. I'm also very happy to give fic recs if you want to ask either in the comments or in my Tumblr, which is linked down below. But give fanfic a try, I bet you'll be surprised at how much you love it. And I apologise in advance to any of you who get addicted. That's enough from me for now. Subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Hey guys, so this was supposed to be my February reading wrap up, but honestly I've been so busy this month I haven't really read enough to make it worth it.